Good morning, students. We are so excited. It's time to plan for next year, the 2019-2020 school year. We're about to jump into course selection. So you guys have done this before, you know the drill. But we wanted to make this video to kind of walk y'all through it at the same time. That way your parents can see it. We're going to post it on the website. So please give us your undivided attention and you will learn some awesome information. Awesome. Now to the fun part. Okay, so you hopefully got a packet in homeroom this morning. You want to make sure, first of all, that your name is on the front of it. There's a label that has an appointment date and time, but also your name. So right now at the top right corner of your packet, make sure you have your packet. And if you don't, raise your hand. Your homeroom teacher will come get it from you. There's just specific information inside, so don't look at it if it's not your packet. So if you want to open it now, and you may have already, if you want to open it, we have some important information inside. The first thing that you should see is a transcript that has your name on it also. The transcript is very important, especially if you're a rising senior. You're going to know it like the back of your hand. But we wanted you to have a copy of it. So this is specific to you. The credits that you've earned, the grades you've earned are located on this piece of paper. If you will turn it over, your transcript over, you will find the diploma options and the requirements for each diploma. So the standard diploma is on the left-hand side, the college prep distinction, the AP diploma is in the middle, and the IB diploma is on the right. So you should know which diploma you're working for or working towards, and those requirements are listed there if you want to refer back to them. Really quickly too, we input a club list in your packet, and that's just reading information for you for later. Getting involved is very, very important. We want you guys to love high school and love being at Daphne as much as we love being at Daphne, and the best way to do that is to get involved. Meet some new people, do some fun things, build that resume is going to be so important, so you're going to want to try to get involved. So take a minute and read over that on your own time and just see where you might best fit in and your talents might be best used, and go talk to that teacher.
The next thing that you'll see is the North Baldwin technical offerings, and this tells you more about the programs that they have available. We will be signing up for this in the elective spot, and we will sign up with you for a program and not for specific courses, because there is a pathway within each program that you would follow from beginning to end. So if you're interested in that, make sure that you look through the different options, and it is possible you would go over there for half a day. It is possible to sign up for more than one program. So definitely check that out.
So now you'll find what we really love, the most fun part of the day, is your course selection offerings. These are all the courses that you can take specific to your year, and then there's a registration form as well. You'll go through, pick the ones that work best for you, and you're going to write those on your registration form, which we're so excited to say you're going to turn into your homeroom teacher tomorrow. What'd I say? Oh yeah, return those to your homeroom teacher completed tomorrow, Tuesday, tomorrow.
It is very important that you guys take this seriously. You'll need a pen or pencil today, right now. Get it out if you don't have one. You will need that so that we can walk through this together. And when you take this home to your parents tonight, it will have already been started and that conversation is ready. Students, it is so important that you are prompt for those appointment times. It is not your teacher's job to tell you when you need to leave and come see your counselor. So please write down that appointment. You will be reporting to your rising counselor. So if you're a sophomore, you would go to the junior counselor, or if you are a junior, you would see the senior counselor. And please make sure that you come to that appointment on the right day and time. If you know that you're not going to make your appointment, something we know life comes up or there's an emergency, there will be a sign up for makeup appointments. That will be outside of our offices on the wall for you to sign up for a makeup appointment time.
The next, probably most important thing you'll notice about your course registration form is that there are two places for a signature. Your signature, but most importantly, your parent's signature. For several years, we've done this the same way. The forms that we get turned in by you guys that have a parent signature get the first preference on the fun elective classes or, the core classes that you're hoping to be in the most. So we take that very seriously. Diving straight on in to a hot topic. Everyone loves to talk about early graduation. So if you are a rising senior, you have probably talked with Miss Darby or just thought about graduating early. It's going to look a little different next year, so I wanted to go over it in depth. So first and foremost, I'm going to jump down to the second bullet point here because it might affect most of your decisions. All classes for mid-year grads are going to be given online. So you're going to have to take them on Access. That does mean that you still have to come to campus. You can't stay at home in your pajamas and take these classes even though they're online. You still have to come to campus. But anyways, they'll be offered online. You also must have credentialed in one of the following areas, going back to the top. So you can credential in any of the following ways with your ACT score. You could have scored, I think, a 3 or higher on an AP test and a 4 on the IB exams. You could have gotten a silver score on the work keys, meaning a 4 in each area, and we'll take that your senior year. You could have credentialed in a career technical class, enlist in the military, or have taken dual enrollment and gotten college credit while you were in high school. So those are the 7 different ways that you can credential before you graduate. And we're not going to allow students to graduate mid-year anymore without having done that. It's very important. And it's required by the state. Another way you have to qualify is you can be lacking 4 or fewer credits. So if you are lacking more than 4 classes, you cannot graduate early. And that is because honestly, we have no room to put that in your schedule if you're missing more than 4 classes. So 4 fewer credits lacking. If you're interested in this, there's not a way for you to fill that out in your packet that we gave you, but you can pick up a form with me when we meet during your appointment time. So if you're just know to ask about that when I meet with you.
Students who intend to graduate early will still need to complete the entire form for all of their electives and alternative electives, just in case. We prefer to have those options in there so that we do not have to pick your schedule for you if you were to change your mind or something were to change over the summer. On to dual enrollment. Many of you are planning or have already dual enrolled in a class. There are several things that are required for this. The most important thing to understand about dual enrollment is that you are taking the class one time here in high school or maybe at the technical center or at the Fairhope Airport. You take the class one time, but you get a credit in 2 places, and you get it here at your high school on your high school transcript and then also on your college transcript. It could be a really great thing, but you want to make sure that you're committed to that grade because you are starting officially your college transcript and you want that to be a good grade. You need to have a 2.5 GPA in order to qualify for academic classes or a 2.0 GPA in order to qualify for career technical classes. The difficulty level is a college course. So you need to have strong reading skills, a strong work ethic, and in order to keep the grade, you must make a C, A, B, or C average to earn college credit. Colleges will not accept a D as earned credit in the course. It is recommended that you have an 80 or higher in your current course for that subject area, and that is a strong, strong recommendation for you to have that in that area. Know that you can only receive 18 hours of free academic dual enrollment. Yes, you did hear that it was free, but you do have to pay for your own textbook. After the 18 hours, if you'd like to continue taking courses, you can, but they will bill you and you will have to pay for those classes. Career technical classes come from a different grant and they are allowed to offer those in an unlimited capacity at this time. So definitely take advantage of these if you are interested. There is one course to add to your course selection sheet if you will write this at the bottom, and that is CUA 112, and that is for culinary arts. We are so excited. This is brand new. Culinary 2 is when you would take that class if you have that 2.0 GPA and want to earn college credit for it. If you just want to take Culinary 2 and you don't want to dual enroll, you can still sign up for that class as well.
So we want to make sure that you have a good understanding of course difficulty levels. Standard courses are just what you would think they are. Standard courses that we would expect you to be able to perform effectively in due to your grade level. Honors courses are going to bump up that difficulty just a bit. These courses are going to require more reading, more writing, maybe a faster pace. So you really need to think about, am I ready for this? We also have AP courses. These require really strong reading and writing skills. So make sure that you are ready for that before you sign up for this. We recommend that you have an 80 or higher in the current course in that subject area before you sign up for the next AP course.
If you plan to take an AP course, please know that when you sit down with your counselor to sign up for that class, you will be required to take home a letter to your parent, read over. It is a contract between you, your parent, and that teacher that you are going to uphold your end of the bargain. And that includes some summer assignments and reading before you come to class so that you are prepared, because discussion is very important in those classes and you need to be prepared to participate. On to course selection.
Woohoo!
This is the fun part, you guys. Okay, so if you haven't taken it out of your packet yet, you want to do so now. They are different colors.
There's a few things that you need to notice beside the courses. If it is a weighted course, and that means it's going to be honors or AP or dual enrolled, it's going to have this hashtag, as you guys would call it, beside that course name. If you see 2 carets, those are those up symbols, that denotes that it's a special permission class. You do not need to get a signature at this time for those courses, but we will require that the sponsor sign off on you taking that class. And the final is the 2 asterisks, and that denotes CTE credentialing.
Okay, the first core subject we're going to talk about is English. So if you are a rising sophomore, you have 2 options of difficulty level classes that you can take. You can take standard or honors. You'll notice that we've highlighted them kind of in purple or written them in purple on this PowerPoint, and that is because if you are trying to pursue the AP with distinction diploma, you have to take what is in purple.
Now for juniors, you have 3 options. You have standard English, you have dual enrolled English, or you have AP English.
Seniors have 3 options as well. Have to have passed English 11, but they can take standard level, dual enrollment English, or AP literature. The prerequisite for doing dual enrollment senior year is having done dual enrollment English your junior year.
Okay, your history courses for sophomores, you should be ready for U.S. History 1. If you're doing the standard level class, that is just what I said, U.S. History 1. If you are interested in the dual enrollment class, HIS 201 is the course. It covers the same content as U.S. History 1. AP U.S. History, which is the course you would need for the college prep distinction, covers all of U.S. history in 1 year.
For juniors, you have 3 options. You have U.S. History 2, History 202, and AP Human Geography. If you took either U.S. History 1 or History 201, please make sure that you choose either U.S. History 2 or History 202 as your option.
Seniors have it pretty easy for history. There are 2 options, and it's the same material. Government and economics as the standard level, and then AP government and honors economics.
Science is the next category. Freshmen should be taking biology or biology honors right now. Sophomores have the option to either take physical science or chemistry. The chemistry is the honors level course and requires that you are ready to take Algebra 2 with trig concurrently, that means at the same time, as you take chemistry. Juniors and seniors, you have options to pick from. There are AP options in purple, which are of course required for the distinction diploma. You will need chemistry in order to be eligible to take those classes that are listed in purple. For students who are not on distinction, you can choose an honors human anatomy class, a dual enrolled biology 103 class, which is a 3rd or 4th science. It's different material than freshman year. Or you can choose one of the 5 standard options for science listed below.
The last core subject we have to talk about is math.
Sophomores, you have the choice.
You can take honors geometry or standard geometry if you did Algebra 1A and 1B last year. If you did honors Algebra 1 and honors geometry during your freshman year, you could be ready for Algebra 2 with trig or Algebraic Connections, which is a bridge class between geometry and Algebra 2. So just be prepared to talk to me about that just a little bit more so we can figure out the best fit for you.
Our options for final math credits, and this is really information for juniors and seniors, you will need Algebra 2 with trig, Algebra 2 without trig, or Algebra with finance in order to graduate.
Just one of the three.
You will need 4 classes, so you can add up your 9th grade, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade maths and make sure there's 4 and make sure one of those are in it, and you should be set for graduation. If you see up in the top right corner, these are the options after Algebra 2 with trig. The purple options are after Algebra 2 with trig. As Ms. Sharp said, Algebraic Connections would happen before Algebra 2 with trig. It's just a bridge class.
Okay. The bottom half of your colored registration form is for the electives and the alternate maths and sciences. So take a look at that with me really quick. I wanted to point out first that you'll see an alternate math and an alternate science. That is for juniors and seniors only. For instance, if you were like, yes, zoology sounds like a blast, I want that one, please put that as your first science choice. We will do our best to make that happen, but for, just in case that fills up or it cannot work with your schedule, because that does happen, please pick the second choice science that you would take, that you'd be okay with, because we're going to try our very hardest to make one of those two work for you. The same goes for math. If you wanted to take AP Calculus, but you'd be okay with AP Statistics as well, go ahead and put that so that we know what to put in your schedule should we come to that. But we really do put so much effort much effort into making sure that you are happy with what you're taking. So we really need your help with this. We want you to pick 4 electives, and you can find a list of those on that colored form that you have. So we need you to pick 4 that you really want to take for sure. And then you'll notice that there's also 4 spots for alternate elective choices. And that's for the same reason as I just said about the math and sciences. If you know that you would just die if you were not in art and choir and agri-science and culinary, then those are your first 4 choices for sure. But if you'd be okay, if one of those didn't work out, for taking greenhouse instead of agri-science, then put that as your alternate. The more choices that we have here, the happier you are going to be with your schedule. If you don't write something here, if you do not fill out all 4, I guess there's 8, all 8 blanks for the electives, we have to choose for you. We don't like doing it. We don't want to do it, but it does come to that, and it results in a lot of you being unhappy. So just do us a favor and fill in all 8 of those blanks.
Hey, sophomores, did you notice in the middle of your electives that there is a spot for health and driver's ed? Health is a required class to graduate, so you will be taking that in one of your elective spots, and since it's a half credit, we normally pair that with driver's ed. You also see where it asks for your birthday. Why would I do that? Well, because if you're going to turn 16 in that fall semester, I want to get you in driver's ed first. So those of you who have the earlier 16th birthdays will get preference for fall driver's ed over those who have the spring birthdays and later birthdays.
The thing that I will add to this is, and we know we've said this to you guys in years past, we make our entire master schedule based on what you guys request. And that's just because we really want you to be happy. Classes that you want are classes that you're going to do better in, and we know that. So please take this very seriously. And if you do not fill out this sheet or leave things blank, if you come to change your schedule, the first thing we will do is pull this sheet. So if it is blank and you come to change your schedule, we will not be able to do that for you. Please understand. And that's just because we truthfully make our entire schedule based on how many students request each individual course.
Wait, what did you say, Miss Darby?
our whole master's schedule. It's based on what they ask for.
Wow. So you mean sometimes we even hire teachers based on student requests?
Yes. We actually hired a third ag teacher years ago because we had that many agri-science requests.
Goodness gracious.
All right, kids. So y'all take it very, very seriously and really think about it tonight with your parents. And tomorrow morning, please turn it in to your homeroom teacher.
After this, we're going to play a short video that Coach Boyd in his class has created for y'all because we know, you might not know what greenhouse entails. So they're going to go over some of that with you, and we hope it's super entertaining, but, how could it not be? It's Coach Boyd and the broadcast team. So please pay attention for that, and we hope that you pick some awesome choices.
You'll see in your packet you have North Baldwin programs. Please look over these, and if you're interested, discuss it with us further when we meet. One last thing that I want to add that I am so excited about, and this is just brand new to our students. If you're a junior or senior who can provide your own transportation to the fire science classes, they are opening them up to our students at South Baldwin Center for Technology. You can ask me for more information or Ms. Dombrowski at your meeting with us that is labeled on the front of your packet. And last but not least,
we're going to talk about co-op. So this is only available for rising juniors and seniors, okay? So rising juniors and rising seniors only can take co-op. All right, so to take co-op, you are required to work at least 8 hours a week, if you're doing it for fourth block only. Okay, and just, it makes sense that you're going to work 16 hours a week on average if you're doing it for third and fourth block. Okay, so 8 hours per block. Juniors are allowed to take 2 co-op classes. So fourth block in the fall and fourth block in the spring. Okay, so that means you would leave after third block. You cannot leave after second block if you're a junior for co-op. Seniors, however, have a choice of doing 2 or 4 co-op electives. Okay, so seniors are allowed to leave after second block, so they would be off campus third and fourth if you wanted to, or just fourth block, but that is a senior only thing. Okay, co-op counts as a graduation credit. It counts as a CTE credit.